Welcome to College Volleyball Weekly on volleyballmag.com, powered by P1440. Thanks for clicking or tapping in. Now here's your host, Rob Escaro, also known as Rob on the Mic.
Hey everyone, welcome back to College Volleyball Weekly. In our bonus content, we've got our consortium of college intelligence back as a fidget spinner now makes its way to our program. Did you buy that from Barney's kid?
No. This is a George Mason spinner. So keeps me focused. I never thought I'd use a spin. Oh, for crying out loud! You got your own.
Wow, they bought Dan a nameplate.
You're a topper, Dan. You're just a topper every single time.
Well, the Boba Fett mask is going to make it onto our blooper behind the scenes content. So
yeah, not today. So.
We like it better when you do it from home, Dan, so you can wear all those masks.
Yeah, maybe next time. So I figured I'd show all my pictures on my wall just so you guys can see them all. Yeah.
Little does everybody know, it's actually the same plaque, just duplicated and put all over his wall. So
you are right.
All right, let's jump to our top performers of week 6 of our somewhat young season. We'll start with George Mason coach Jay Hosack.
Yeah, I got 2 of them this week. First of all, it's Justin Liu from Stanford running his offense for the first time ever in his career, and he beats UCLA in 3. That is an outstanding job by that kid. You know, he wasn't the cleanest looking setter. He definitely was struggling a little bit here and there with some decision making, but he just went out and flat out competed. But here's the real one for me. Ryan Wilcox from UC Santa Barbara. Kid hits 407 against Ohio State and then hits 390 in a reverse sweep against Penn State. The kid is 6'1". He's an unbelievable ball control kid. He's got a cannon for an arm. And he's also into competitive kayaking. How cool is that? When he was at Punahou High School, he was coached by Coach Rick Toon, which is obviously a guy who knows what he's talking about. So Ryan Wilcox gets my nod for Player of the Week. Well done by that young man.
Excellent. Dan.
All right. Well, I'm going to have to go with this Zach Yarrington from Damon. So the guy had 36 kills and hit 466 for those guys to beat Lincoln Memorial. So Damon getting a pretty significant win for them, you know, starting off with the program and everything. And so I think they got 2 wins on the weekend, and he hit 381 on their other match against Urbana. So, you know, Damon, first-year program, guy coming out and hitting some blistering numbers, you know what I mean? So that's pretty impressive. And so I had Wilcox down as well, Jay, so it was a great pick, I think. The other guy along with that is Ethan Siegfried from Long Beach.
Yeah.
Hit 400 both nights. 14 kills one night, 12 kills another night. I think they won both those matches in 4 at Ohio State against them in Penn State. And so another 6'1" guy getting it done. Do you know what I mean? Physical, taking care of the ball. They run a pretty fast offense. And so those would be my 2 picks. You know what I mean? So.
Wow, that's 2 6'1" Hawaiians that you guys have picked so far.
Yeah. Oh,
sure. I think you guys are trying to get some vacation property in the islands. I'm pretty sure.
I want to get sponsored by Matsumoto Shave Ice, so hey, give me a call. I'm out there.
All right, well, so Jay, I'm actually going to jump into your backpack there and pick Justin Louis, not because of all the great things that you've mentioned, but it's because he got career high kill number 1 and his first kill that evening. Because seeing the celebration of the Stanford squad was amazing. He's a 5'9" setter, converted from being a libero to starting and running that offense. And, you know, he does a really good job. I mean, his location looks phenomenal. And you know what? That's a great injection into that Stanford team because they have been discombobulated because they've gone 4 deep on setters. Yeah. So Tossi's really had some good challenges this year.
I know that they were excited to have Bischoff healthy the whole year. I hope the kid's healthy sometime soon. But listen, this isn't any surprise to Stanford. Kyle D'Agostino was setting them for them a little bit a while back, and he's probably 5'10", 5'11" at the tallest too, and he was their libero. So, you know, Stanford recruits just athletes, and the fact that these kids can go out and ball like that, that's just a lot of fun to watch.
My second guy is Hugo Fisher from Grand Canyon. Saturday night versus USC, 17 kills, 0 errors, 680 hitting percentage.
Wow.
So
That's pretty
good.
Yeah,
I had to pull that one up. I love error-free performances, especially when you're a pin.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
With that, let's jump to our matches of the week. We'll go with Dan on this one here.
Well, I got a handful. That's the tough part. I got Purdue Fort Wayne on Thursday going to Lindenwood. We talked about Lindenwood had just beat kind of Northridge twice. This is a conference game, and they got to go there. And so that's certainly one I've got marked. I've got Penn State at Princeton on Friday. That should be one that's an important league match. Penn State's been playing good volleyball. Princeton's already got their first conference win, and so or a couple conference wins already, I think. So in terms of that, Saturday I got UCSD at your place, right? Irvine. And San Diego's been playing well, so that'll be a big one. And then I picked SC at UCLA on Sunday. So we talk about a battle of USC, how are they playing? How is their team this year? UCLA trying to figure it out. And it's always a huge rivalry and kind of who's going to take that home. And that was without kind of picking. We're headed to Ohio State. But I think there was some of those outside matches beyond me going to Ohio State and Ball State this weekend. So,
well, I'll go and mention yours because I want to see how this Lewis team responds after an upset loss to in conference. So that was definitely one of mine. But I'm going to go over to Jay to see who he's got the rest of the week.
Yeah, you covered a lot of mine, Dan, but I will just piggyback on some. The Purdue Fort Wayne Lindenwood game is going to be really interesting to see. Lindenwood's coming off some momentum. I want to see if they can continue that against a good PFW team. I'm also going to be watching Penn State and Princeton only because Penn State's licking their wounds a little bit right now, and Princeton's on a little bit of a high. I want to see if Princeton can maintain and take it to the Nittany Lions. I'm also going to watch USC, UCLA, but only because I want to know what UCLA is doing. I want to know what's going on behind their decision-making process. USC and UCLA, two teams that are on a little bit of a downward trend, one for the season, one for recent history. But when that match comes to town, all bets are off. Records don't matter. It's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. We are hosting Harvard this week twice. And the only reason I mention that is because, A, it's a good conference match, but we're also sponsored by the LGBTQ community on campus, and we're going to have a whole bunch of pride going on inside of a bunch of pride events going on inside and outside the gym. So we're real excited to be a part of that. Last one for me, Hawaii, Stanford. Let's see if Stanford can keep up the momentum that they're doing. I want to see Lou go out there and run an offense against Hawaii and see what he can do. Let's see if he can put 2 weeks of great matches together, and let's see if Hawaii can just maintain and just keep rolling down with the sledgehammer, so to speak.
Right. The two I'm watching particularly, Concordia at Pepperdine. I think it's because Pepperdine, the offense intrigues me now that Joe Carlos has now stepped into the starting setting role. And I'll admit he's family, but still, it's good. I gotta love the fact that he's listed at 6'1". We know that's probably 6 foot 5'11". So, but his knowledge of the game and just his feel for the court, it's supernatural. So I want to see how he fares against Concordia, who is a good team as well. So. Definitely watching that one. And the other one, BYU at Grand Canyon, obviously for what we mentioned in our primary content, that place, Grand Canyon's going to be rocking. Yeah. And I feel like Grand Canyon's a kind of team that is fueled by heart. I'm not saying that BYU does not have heart, but there's definitely a different kind of chemistry with that team. When they get going and they've got the momentum, they're a tough team to stop with Camden Gianni, Christian Jenke, and Hugo Fisher now. So those are the ones I'll be watching this week. So with that concludes episode number 6 of College Volleyball Weekly. Dan Friend of Lewis University, Jay Hosack of George Mason. Thanks again. Always excellent stuff.
Thanks for checking out College Volleyball Weekly on volleyballmag.com, powered by P1440. Be sure to follow volleyballmag.com on the web and social media.